Hello viewers and welcome back to another episode of the ZigWheels analysis, and today's topic is
the Triumph-Bajaj bikes.
So yesterday Triumph sent out a press release mentioning three important details. First thing, that Bajaj will take over the operations for the British brand in the Indian market. Second thing, Triumph will expand its dealerships to 120 dealers in India in the next 2 years. And the third thing, that they have confirmed the Triumph-Bajaj motorcycles
will come this year. And the key word here is motorcycles, not motorcycle. And we spotted 2 of them on test, and we hope to see more of them in the near future.
But before that, let us first focus on the business end of the things. They have mentioned the operation being shifted from Triumph to Bajaj. I don't think so that will be a big impact for existing Triumph owners, because the dealership personals and every service center guys will be the same people. And on that end, the impact wouldn't be that big.
Do you feel that the existing Triumph owners will feel a bit shortchanged or detrimental because it's now being handed over to Bajaj?
Okay, let's be honest. Triumph service experience hasn't been the best. We have seen Triumph owners shifting from dealer A to dealer B to get their motorcycle service. So I don't think so it should affect on that end.
Yeah, in terms of service costs, actually they are not that expensive also. They are amongst the most affordable ones. So a friend of mine owned a Street Triple R, and his first service cost was around 8,000 rupees. The KTM 790 Duke, when it was launched, that first service cost was 10,000 rupees. Wow. So this is going to be just as affordable as the big bike experience. So what do you think will be the difference between a Bajaj service, a KTM service and a Triumph service? Because you owned a Bajaj bike and you own a KTM.
So the main difference between the Bajaj service center and the KTM service center was I could drop the motorcycle in the morning at the Bajaj dealership and come in the evening and pick up my motorcycle. While at KTM, I could sit and see the bike getting service. So the service experience was slightly better with KTM. I think obviously this will be much better with Triumph, because they have mentioned that Triumph motorcycle dealership will be different and will have the global standard for the upcoming dealership. And coming to that, they have said they will be expanding to 120 dealerships across India, and that's a huge number. Currently, they only have 15 dealers. How will they do it is something we don't know. What we think, it could be like the Honda Big Wing and the Silver Wing.
Yeah, so not all Triumph dealerships will have all of their fleet. It will be sort of like certain Triumph dealerships will only have this affordable entry level, and a few other Triumph bikes like how you have with the CB350 and CB300F at certain big wing dealerships. Or in case if you want to buy the bigger Triumph bikes, you would be able to get them from these smaller Triumph dealerships. But the bigger thing will be service, right?
Yeah, so I think you can go and buy the motorcycles from the entire Triumph range at these dealerships. And for service, I think they could have service camps at these dealerships. It could be like every quarter. So if you have bought a big motorcycle, you can come to the dealership, get it serviced, which is a good thing, because if you are living in a tier 2 city, for example, if you are living in Kolhapur and have a Triumph Tiger 800, you will have to come to Pune. Now the brand will come to your city, and that's a better thing.
And more so, understand, RSA service in case of a damage or anything will be quicker.
So if you're touring and if have any problem with your motorcycle, there's a better chance of it getting fixed, because the dealership network will be so huge.
Let's get to the bikes itself. Now we've spotted the bikes, 2 of them, both India and internationally, Roadster and Scrambler. It's not an out and out Scrambler, it's something like the street Scrambler. And what do you think is going to be the engine about this bike?
So Triumph hasn't given us details about the engine, but I think it will be between 350 to 400 cc, single cylinder, liquid cooled. And it will have good performance, because Jehan had spotted the bike.
I spotted the bike on a Pune-Bombay run, and I was riding a 390 Duke. The rider was on the Roadster. We were both cruising at 100 kmph. He saw me and he just twisted the throttle and he just zoomed away. So performance-wise, it's definitely going to be higher than the other 300, 350 cc
So not
Roadsters.
like your classic 350 or the Honda CB350 or even the Java. So this will be a proper performance motorcycle.
But you know about this engine, even though it's got a lot of performance packed in, it looked quintessentially Triumph, because it had those fins like you get on the Bonnies. Even the shape of the crankcase, it's that Triumph triangular shape over there, and it's liquid cooled. I think it's going to be packing modern tech like ride-by-wire and stuff.
I think that should be a possibility, because the motorcycle is made by Bajaj, so they already have the vendors for the KTM 390 Duke. It's just about shifting them to here.
And not only will the engine be shared between these two bikes, but also the frame. Now, Bajaj as well as Triumph are masters of platform engineering. Triumph does it with the Bonnevilles and to a certain extent with the 660s. Bajaj has been doing it with the Pulsars, the Platina, Discover, Dominar and whatnot. That's a topic for another day. But on this bike, same tubular steel frame. The hardware will be slightly different. USD4, gas charge monoshock, more or less same. I think the travel will be different for each bike.
The Scrambler, obviously.
Yeah, 1917 for the Scrambler with 1717 for that. But dual purpose tires, Metzeler Carouse on the bike that was spotted, the Scrambler, whereas the Roadster was running with more road bias tires. Even the exhaust. Okay, the Roadster had a single exhaust, whereas the Scrambler had a double barrel exhaust. So, getting those typical Triumph elements spot on is what you can expect on this bike.
And one more thing that you can see on the test mules was the quality of the motorcycle.
Exactly.
It looked properly premium.
Yeah.
And also one more thing that the first test mule that we spotted had a TFT screen similar to that of the
390 Duke.
But the bike that he spotted,
it was running quite a different one. It was sort of like a round semi-digital console, or maybe it had sort of like a Trident sort of console where you have a digital inset, and there were a few telltale signs on the top.
So we can expect some connecting features also on the motorcycles, like
definitely.
Bluetooth, turn-by-turn navigation.
Yeah.
Let me add one more thing. The motorcycle, it's not like the KTM Bajaj partnership where Bajaj could make motorcycles based on the KTM platform like the NS200 and later the Dominar 400.
Yeah.
This will be an exclusive Triumph motorcycle. It will have the Triumph badge. There will be no Bajaj branding. In fact, there will be no motorcycles from Bajaj coming out of this partnership. So this will be a proper Triumph motorcycle. It has been designed and also developed by Triumph, and even it was tested at their R&D center in Spain.
Yeah, so only manufacturing will be taken care of by Bajaj, and of course marketing and stuff. But Arun, what do you think is going to be the pricing? Because the initial claim was a sub 2 lakh rupee motorcycle.
But that was almost 4 years back, and as you can see, a lot has changed in the past 4 years. The costs have gone up for motorcycles also.
Yeah.
I think a realistic figure would be between 2.5 to 2.8 lakh rupees. They can't go above because then that goes very close to the Interceptor 650, and that's a very uncomfortable zone because you are getting a 650cc parallel twin.
That's a slightly different orientation of motorcycle, but I get it because the initial comparisons were with the street twin for the Interceptor, and that's where the street twin market was a little lost over there. Okay, this is the Roadster you're talking about, 2.5, and the Scrambler?
Scrambler could take a premium of say 10 to 15,000 because they are slightly better cycle parts.
Yeah, and I think that both of these will come at the same time, sort of like how Royal Enfield did with the Interceptor and Conti. So like in case if you want a more mass marketing entry level price, you get this bike. But we also have this slightly more premium, which is a little bit more focused, a niche product and a more premium product. You can also get this.
And also in export markets where this motorcycle will be positioned, the Scrambler will have a much better appeal. Is something I feel. And in terms of launch timelines, I expect the global debut to happen at EICMA. And maybe...
Don't you think a little sooner towards Diwali, because EICMA will be again KTM 390 Duke, the updated bigger one.
It's all in the family. Sab bhai. So that's all made in Chakan. So
Sab bhai, which reminds, will Bajaj be going to be buying Triumph?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. The interesting bit is Stefan Pierer, who owns KTM and Husqvarna. He had mentioned recently in an interview that Bajaj might buy Triumph. And the fact is that when the original announcement was made in Chakan, there was Triumph officials, there were Bajaj officials, and we also saw Mr. Pierer over there. So, and as you know, Bajaj has a lot of liquid cash with them. They could buy it. Why not? There were rumors of them buying Ducati. Now maybe
it all has to make monetary sense for them. Do you think that's a wise move? So what do you think about this proposed takeover? Do let us know in the comments below. Also do let us know what do you think about these upcoming Triumph Bajaj bikes. And as an existing Triumph owner, do you feel a little disheartened that you might just miss out on a premium Triumph experience? Do let us know that also, and we'll raise it with Bajaj officials and get that clarified.
So we are very excited for the upcoming Triumph Bajaj motorcycle, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys are. And please like, share and subscribe. If you have any other suggestions for us, do let us know in the comment sections. Thank you for watching.